What is up, everybody? What's that? Hold on, wait. Damn it, the camera! Hold on. Let me just do this camera. Dang it! Okay, that's better. Okay. I'm sure you guys have read the title. We are actually going to be, we're going to be doing his story. Yeah. My friend has been dying for this, so yeah. His story. Dang it, motherfucker! I'm trying to put his story, damn it. And put his story, damn it. Like that. Okay. Let's get started.
Popped up.
Oh my
Shadow
God,
Watcher
wait.
donated $1,000.
Dude, I just noticed that you didn't hear me this entire time. Oh, I'm an actual idiot. The volume, dang it. Okay, I'm sure you guys have read the title. We're going to be watching his story. My friend has been dying for this. So yeah, let's do this. Guys, also, I might have a second channel of me doing VR streaming. Yes, I might be doing VR streaming now. Even though I'm not even doing streaming on here. So yeah, maybe it'll be better. Yeah.
My heart skipped a beat because it was the first donation I had ever gotten. Whoa, thank you, Shadow Watcher. Then I read the message out loud. Look out your window. I laughed and looked toward the window. Nice try, buddy, but there's nothing out here. I kept playing because I had no idea how bad this was about to get. Another message.
Yo, I got a feeling this might have a dark turn. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna go get some food right now. I'll see y'all like in about a minute. Well, it's not gonna be like. God damn! Okay, I'm back. It took me like 15 seconds, but like, still, yeah. Well, for the video, it only took like 3 seconds, but who cares?
Shadow Watcher popped up. Nice room. I love your Death Note poster. I froze because that poster wasn't in view of the camera. How do you know?
Yo, bro, hold on. Let me just open this, okay? Finally got it open anyways.
I have a Death Note poster. I lost the match because a bot crept up behind me while I was distracted and got the kill. Then another message came through. Don't worry about it. Is that your blue car in the driveway? My hands went cold, and I couldn't even bring myself to hit play again. Okay.
Yo, I never knew his story got doxed. That's crazy.
Hey, this isn't funny. Who is this? That's when I heard 3 knocks on my window. Slow and deliberate. I clenched my jaw so tight my teeth squeaked as I slowly turned toward the sound. I forced myself to look out the window and saw my best friend Bobby standing outside laughing, still holding his phone. My flabbers were gasted. I threw the window.
Bro! You really thought you were being stalked. Okay, hang on, wait. Let me just show you my new setup. Yeah. Pretty decent, you know. It's not that good. I still need a new gaming chair, like, bro. I mean, like, who cares? Pretty good, you know. Still good. My setup, man. That, anyways. So yeah, my setup. It's mid, you know. It's not as good as Kalis or Fulton, but like, still pretty good. Need to do this again. Hold on, wait. Let me just. Oh, my shoulder. I'm just trying to. Wait. Oh, no, wait. Yeah. Okay. Oh, my shoulder. I don't know if none of y'all saw that, right? Good.
window open to let him in. You've been out there this whole time? He dangled halfway through the window, one leg still hanging outside. You should have seen your face when I said the poster thing. I grabbed him by the collar and hauled him the rest of the way in. Still laughing, he held up his phone. I made a second account just to mess with you. I sat back down, half furious, half impressed, forgetting the stream was still running behind me. I'm keeping the $1,000. I was 3 hours in. I gave my girlfriend Paige her birthday present, hoping it would close the distance that had grown between us for months. But
Nice.
instead, she opened it, burst into tears, and ran out the door. My heart sank. Paige, wait! I ran after her, but she was already peeling out of the driveway. I didn't understand why she was upset because she'd spent months telling me about an oil painting class she went to every Wednesday. So I'd spent $300 on a professional easel and paints, hoping it would show her I paid attention. She wouldn't answer my calls, so after 3 hours, I checked her location and found her at her parents' house. I got in my car, done guessing what I'd done wrong. When I got there, her dad stepped onto the porch and pulled the door shut behind him. Now's not a good time. Paige is upset. I crossed my arms. I deserve to know why my girlfriend just ran out crying on her own birthday. Her mom appeared next to him, pity on her face. Let him inside. There's something he needs to hear. She led me to a bedroom door and pounded on it. Paige, come out and tell him the truth, or I will. Paige stepped out. Mascara streaked down her face in dark lines. I grabbed her shoulders. What's going on, babe? You can tell me anything. She wiped her face. There was never any paint.
I paused that at the right time, yo. I paused that at the right time. You liar. You absolute faker. My goodness. Like, I want to punch the screen. Like, I want to punch it so bad. You little mother. Why the hell did I click the comments? I didn't even click it. But
Class. My stomach flipped. Then where have you been going every Wednesday? She looked at her mom, begging to be saved, but her mom shook her head. Tell him. Paige took a deep breath. I've been seeing a man from work. He's married with 2 kids, but he said he'd leave his wife for me. The room started spinning as I realized that every Wednesday I'd kissed her goodbye, thinking she was going to a painting class. She was actually driving to some hotel to cheat on me. I spent $300 on something you made up so you could destroy another family. She looked offended. I was going to tell you eventually, before or after he left his wife. She had to think about it. Her mom put her hand on my shoulder. You deserve better than this. I nodded, walked to my car, and blocked her.
Mom is right, yo. Mom is right. He deserves better, yo. Everybody spam in the comments. His deserves better. Hey, he deserves more. Like, bro, imagine getting cheated on with a 40-year-old uncle. Crazy.
Number before I even left the driveway. I gave my girlfriend.
Damn.
I found my son sobbing over a plate of food while my wife knelt beside him and whispered, "Take one more bite, baby." My son sobbed, "I don't want to eat anymore, mommy." My son dropped the fork. Eat, everything's fine, dad. But when I looked closer at him, I realized he'd gained a lot of weight that I hadn't noticed because of my cancer diagnosis, the one I hadn't told them about yet. Why was my wife forcing our son to be overweight? My wife smiled nervously. Anyway, I was thinking we should get eggs for breakfast tomorrow. I moved past her and pulled open the pantry. There were large containers of mass gainers sitting side by side, and a chart was taped inside the door written in my son's handwriting.
Oh, what the hell? I got a feeling his wife is a murderer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? MM2. Yo, this is some MM2 type of content. Like, what is this? The bird, the innocent, and the sheriff.
I grabbed it and saw he was recording his weight gain week after week. My hands were shaking and I turned around. Somebody tell me what's going on right now. My wife opened her mouth to try and change the conversation topic again.
Yo, I got a feeling. Is his story a player? Like, am I right though? Is his story a player? Like, let's be real now. He had like 2 wives. No, more than that. He had like 50 exes and 2,000 wives, yo. Yo, he a player. Yo, he a player.
But my son slammed his hands down. No, Mom, let's just tell him the truth. He turned to me with tears streaming down his face. Dad, I know you have cancer. I felt the wall I'd been holding up for months just collapse. He looked down at the ground. I heard you on the phone with the doctor. You need a bone marrow transplant. And I looked it up, and it said donors have to weigh at least 110 pounds. And I was only 80 pounds.
Oh, snap. His son is trying to save his life. Oh, bet. I told y'all. He deserves better. And look what happened. Bada boom, pow.
I was playing drums in a music class when the conductor raised his fist and yelled, "Cut!" His bald head turned toward me, and he walked over with a frown before pushing me off my chair. He dragged my drum kit screeching to the center of the room and asked, "Were you rushing or were you dragging?" I opened my mouth and nothing came out, so he straightened up and announced to everyone, "Nobody leaves this room until the freshman finds his tempo." My hands went cold on my sticks because I'd practiced 2 years just to make his band, and one nod from him decided everything. I sat back down, grabbed my sticks and hammered out 4 bars, but his fist shot up and cut me dead. Rushing, again. I wiped my palms on my jeans and started over, but his fist snapped.
Guys, if I ever had an instructor like that, I'm picking up my damn chair and throw him out. I ain't taking that shiz. Ain't no way, bruh. I ain't taking that.
Up on my second hit, dragging. Again, I mouthed the counts to myself and tried again. So he stormed over and screamed his own counts into my ear until spit hit my cheek. The trombone player groaned. Not again. This happens every year. So he whipped around, ripped the trombone out of her hands, and laid it across my snare. Every note she doesn't play is on you, freshman. My hands were shaking so hard my sticks rattled against the rims. But on the next count, I stopped searching his face, put my head down, and just played. He slammed his hand flat on my crash cymbal and put his face an inch from mine. Were you rushing or were you dragging? My face heated.
Why the hell is your instructor doing that? Like, bro. Tell me why. You shouldn't just left that. Like, bro. Leave that dang thing hanging.
Up in an instant. I stood up, lifted my floor tom, and slammed it down over his bald head. His head punched straight through with one loud bang, and he froze with the drum hanging around his neck like a collar. I sat back down, tapped a stick against my chin, and leaned toward him. Were you rushing or were you dragging? He called the cops and kicked me off the band, but it was worth it.
Yo, he a badass. Like, let's be real.
My daughter fell into the Mississippi River, but before I could even jump in to save her, a huge Newfoundland was already dragging her out. I immediately sprinted over as he hauled her onto the bank by her coat, and my hands were shaking as I held her, because that current was strong enough to pull grown men under, and my daughter was only 6. You saved my daughter's life. You're coming with us, boy. The second we got home, I threw him the biggest steak in my fridge, and he grabbed it in his teeth and bolted out the door, and I figured we'd never see him again. But the next day, we were on a walk when I spotted another kid drowning in the Mississippi, in the exact same spot my daughter was yesterday. As soon as a crowd formed, the same dog sprinted in out of nowhere and saved the day. I raised an eyebrow and turned to my wife. Isn't it a little strange that this happened 2 days in a row? She put her hands on her hips. How dare you question a hero? But a week later, the 7th kid was drowning in the Mississippi River, and it was the 7th day in a row that the dog dragged the kid out and enjoyed his steak afterwards. I furrowed my eyebrows because no one had drowned in that river.
Wait! I got a feeling that the dog takes the kids and he just throws them in the river just for that food. Yo! That's crazy.
10 years, and now it was happening every single day. So one morning, I hid behind the boathouse and spied on him, and for 4 hours, he just slept in the sun, until I saw my wife come down the path with our daughter. The second she stopped to greet a neighbor, our daughter started chasing a pigeon, heading straight toward the bank. The dog instantly started running towards my daughter and knocked her into the water. I instantly shot up, and as soon as the dog saw me, he ran into the water.
See, I knew it! The dog only wants the food. Yo, that is crazy. Yo, that is crazy. That is crazy.
I was in the wheelchair accessible area of the concert, enjoying the show, when a man without a wheelchair stopped in front of me. His back was turned to me, so I tapped his shoulder. Can you move, please? I can't see over you. But he bent down and laughed in my face. Nope, I can't see over anyone in the general section, but nobody here blocks my view. But you're blocking my view, I replied, and he instantly flipped his VIP lanyard up. Okay, then do something about it. This event organizer is my dad. He laughed and turned back, standing even closer to me, so I couldn't see a thing
Ain't no
except his
way,
Gucci
bro.
suit. My hands tightened because I'd saved 6 months for these tickets, having waited 5 years for this band to come to my city. They announced they'd be playing my favorite song next, and my chest went cold. Can you move for just this song? Just this one? I've been dreaming to see it live, but he wouldn't even turn back this time. No, this one's my favorite. I tried to wheel around him to see the song,
Oh,
but the row was too packed.
I got a feeling he's gonna become a bad boy. Drive his wheelchair over the boy like look. You know what I'm saying? I drive him over, run him over like be the bad boy you are. Be the bad boy you are. Like, come on. I'm saying. Hold on, wait.